Welcome to Economic Forum, a program that deals with various aspects of life. We deal with them in order to see how they impact our economy in Zimbabwe. We look at issues to do with manufacturing, with mining, with agriculture, energy, and many other aspects of life. And today, we shall continue with our discussion on the provincial economies. My name is John Masugu, and we are delighted to be hosting the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in Mashonaland Central, and that's Honorable Christopher Magomo. We welcome you to Economic Forum.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure to talk about Mashonaland Central, as it reminds us of oranges, citrus fruits, the Mazoe Dam, and many other areas that are of interest. But tell us, when we are talking about Mashonaland Central, which areas are we denoting here?
Mashonaland Central Province is a province to the northern part of the country. And this province has got 8 districts. The first district being Mazoe, the other district being Guruwe, Mbire, Muzarabani, Shamva.
What is Mashonaland Central known for? If I just mention Mashonaland Central, I think many people would say the fight against colonialism in remembrance of the spirit of Mbuyaneana, and also the Liberation War, where people were just taken into keeps. That has passed. And now what are you known for as Mashonaland Central?
We are popularly known for growing the citrus fruits and that popular drink. Even if you go outside the country, you hear about Mazo. That's our agricultural sector. We are also known for tobacco production. Currently, we host 10 tobacco floors in Mvuro and 1 other tobacco floor in Bindura. So it shows the magnitude of the tobacco that we grow in the province. And also compared to other provinces, we seem to be leading in the production of tobacco. We also lead in the production of maize. We do maize, we do wheat, we do soybeans. We are also known for mining. We want to talk of the Eureka gold mine. The president officially commissioned Eureka gold mine. It's producing gold to the tune of almost 2 tons per year. And we also have Freda Rebecca gold mine, which is producing over 2 tons as well per year. Shamva gold mine. And we sit on 27 minerals, the likes of chrome. We are now known for chrome. If you look at the Great Dike, part of it stretches into Mashonaland Central Province. And if you scoop soil close to the dike, any amount of soil close to the dike, the 10% is alluvial chrome.
Yes.
And there is rampage. We used to know of the rush for gold. When there is gold, the rush for diamonds. This time there is a rush for chrome. We are also known in that area for lithium, in Shamva area there. We're now doing lithium. That's our mining sector. The most now talked about thing for Mashonaland Central Province is oil and gas in Mzarabani, where there are explorations there, and
we're still at exploratory stages.
Yeah, but some successes have been recorded, some discoveries of gas, condensate, they've been realized there. And for now, there is an investor who signed an MOU with Invictus mine to convert the gas into electricity. You see, we'll see even our GDP.
Let's talk about it. We'll come back to other areas that you have planned economically to develop, including mining, and all that. But what's your GDP like? Having mentioned all these successes.
We're sitting at over 14 billion. Zig. It's still a moving figure. It's moving upwards as new investors are flowing in the province.
So, as we wind up this segment, let's look at your plan as a province. We may mention just one area for now and then continue in the second segment. What is your economic development plan like, for instance, in the area of energy?
In the area of energy, we as a province have decided to turn green. And we have some investors who came and invested in Gurue. They are doing a solar plant there to the tune of now 6 megawatts that they are feeding the national grid, and load shedding is now
A thing of the past.
Yeah, in Gurue.
Okay.
Also, for the 10 local authorities, we have actually identified 10 places for each local authority to come up with a solar plant that would augment the routine supply of ZESA, because of the intermittent supply that we now get.
That's the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in Mashonaland Central, Honorable Christopher Magomo, who is telling us about economic developments in the province. And we've just touched on energy, and we're going to be coming on to other sectors that he already alluded to as giving them that success as a province. So join us in the second segment of Economic Forum. In the last segment of Economic Forum, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in Mashonaland Central, Honorable Christopher Magomo, was telling us about how they are developing in the area of energy. Now, let's go over to the area of water development. I know during your inauguration, you're talking a lot about dam construction. How far have you gone?
Yeah, construction is still underway. We're still lobbying for funding for those dams to be completed. We have 4 that are in NDS 1 and are still under construction. The first one being Semwa in Rushinga, that's the biggest out of the 4. The other one being Ibindura Dam, then Mbada Dam, and the last one being Dandi Dam. So if these dams are completed, we just think our area that we irrigate will be increased. That would also make us resist these vagaries of climate change. We also have some schemes that are underway in irrigation, schemes like the one in Gurue Lima. It's a scheme we are going on well. People are irrigating as a cooperative, having been assisted by the government.
Mining, we mentioned in passing about mining. How are you doing? Do you still have those big mines in Mashonaland Central, and are they still fully operational?
Yes, we have Fred Rebecca mine that's producing, I think in this country, the best gold producing mine. We also have Eureka that is coming on, and the Rain mine is coming on board as well to support our GDP in terms of gold production. We also have the Chinese coming in the area of chrome mining. They are doing well. The Sunny guys, they are mining in Mashonaland Central Province, and they are doing well. I've also alluded to the mining that is taking place in Shamva, where there is lithium mining. Of course, for now it's being affected by the international prices, though we boast of that.
Talking about dam construction and the availability of water, how is that changing people's lives, especially when it comes to service delivery? Is the water getting to the people? Is it helping them with their irrigation and other needs?
The water in the province is servicing, in urban areas, although here and there, the sources are being affected by the illegal mining activities, especially in areas like Mvurwi, where there are quite a number of unregulated or illegal chrome miners whom we are fighting day and night with, so that they toe the correct line of mining, and they comply to the environmental statutes so that they don't contaminate our sources of water. But as government, we are also walking the talk of the president, where we feel we should leave no one in no place. We are fighting very hard to make sure that we avail every village with a bore, so that they do what we call village business units, and they are able to come up with a business model there that would sustain their day-to-day activities. For example, gardening. We also talk of goat project, talk of fish ponds. There would be sort of a financial ecosystem within that village being sprouting from that water source, the bore that the government would have drilled. So we're in the process of making sure that we achieve that, where every village would be having a bore in the village business unit.
And also, how are you developing your natural resources? Because you're also known for Masau and Mawuyu. Is it something that you really put into serious consideration? Because we see tons and tons coming into the cities.
I also thank the president for coming up with the innovation hubs in universities. And out of that, we have an innovation hub in Bindura University, Science Education, from which they've come up with Masau drink. So, that heritage-based education 5.0 is materialized, where the students, harvested Masau and come up with a drink that is known as Masau drink, which is on high demand. They're adding value from the natural resources that used to lie idle in the bush, and some people moving them to Harare to sell them as raw. They are now being processed to make an economic product for the province.
Let's end this segment with tourism. You have a number of tourist attractions. And how are you doing there? Do you have visitors, local visitors as well as international visitors coming to these places?
Yes, we have quite a number of visitors. Some are from local areas, some from abroad.
Which places?
Mfurudzi Game Park, Makumbiri. I officially opened Makumbiri Game Park, and we had a function there. It went well. It was well attended. Tourism there is rife, and people are very happy with that. Also, we have in Idande the Kanyemba, where we have the monuments and some rocks that are very attractive to tourists.
That's Honorable Christopher Magomo, who is the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in Mashonaland Central Province. He has been telling us about how they are utilizing their natural resources in order to boost their economy and other aspects that they are developing, especially dam construction for water and also changing the lives of people. So join us in the third and final segment of Economic Forum, where again we shall be talking about issues to do with the provincial economy of Mashonaland Central Province. Educational institutions are playing a pivotal role in the development of Mashonaland Central Province, as we heard from the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, talking about the innovation hub that has been started by BUSE, which is the Bindura University of Science Education. We also have the Zimbabwe Ezekiel Guti University, also training people in various fields. Talk to us about how these universities are contributing to the development of professionals in health and education, in the province, as well as in Zimbabwe.
Yes, to a large extent, the universities have come to our rescue in terms of importing labor or skilled labor from other provinces. Is they are covering all facets of life in their graduates. For example, we have Ezekiel Guti University offering a law degree and very fundamental for our province as we actually recruit lawyers in our industries. It's very key. We don't have to go out of the province. So we're saying they are coming on board to assist that gap. We also have even the Chamunuka Technical College, where we are also having graduates for agriculture, which is key considering that we are also in agricultural province.
You also wanted to talk about the health facility that was recently opened, which you say is a marvel.
Yes, the optometry center at Bindura University, where lenses are cut to size within minutes and you have your glasses. It's happening only in Magomo Central Province for now.
Is that part of the innovation hub, or this is a separate development?
It's a separate development, but it is a milestone for the province because it's one of its own kind.
You know, from all corners of Zimbabwe, wherever you go, when people have serious illnesses, they know about Karanda Hospital. Tell us about, this hospital in Magomo Central.
This hospital that you're talking of is one of its own kind. It's a missionary hospital, but with the hospital people and the qualified doctors and the services that they offer there may not be found anywhere in this country. So that's why you see people coming here to Magomo Central Province for them to access those services. I should applaud also the president for Nyakasikana Road and the Nyakasikana Bridge. He instructed the construction of those two for people to access Karanda because he'd seen the demand, and it's doing well, and we're proud of it.
Now let's look at investment opportunities. You have mentioned quite a number of areas. Now this is your opportunity to actually invite investors to Magomo Central and say, we've done our best, but we'll do more if you join us in these areas. Which areas would those be?
There are quite a number. For example, in tourism, that you've already alluded to, we only have one hotel in Magomo Central Province. Would ask for investors to come and invest in that area of offering accommodation for the tourists. We also expect investors to come and invest in the area of accommodation for students. Most of these universities, you talk of Bindura University, Zimbabwe Open University, Isiko Gutu University, they are in the province, in Bindura, and there's shortage of accommodation there. That's another area. Even real estate itself, we are looking at a general accommodation for people, for the citizens. We need that the investors to come and invest in that area. Come up with some locations or state-of-the-art structures. People buy the accommodation. It's one area. In our agriculture, we also have dams, but as I alluded to earlier on, we need that irrigation infrastructure. Investors would come and make a joint venture with the sitting farmer. Then they do the irrigation, produce for the province and the nation at large. In the transport area, we also don't have an airport as a province. We do open our hands to investors who would come and come up with an airport in the province. You see, we want to get to Victoria Falls. You have to drive to Harare to get a plane to Vic Falls. It's another area. So, area of storage. Some people grow their products and they don't have storage. Storage is key. Matura enyika, they are key. We need those investors to come and invest in those areas. We also have another low-hanging fruit in terms of investment. We are the best, maybe, growers of maize, but we don't have a milling company in Magomo Central Province. It's a low-hanging fruit. A person will just come with his milling plant, good to go in terms of making business. Come to Magomo Central Province and invest, being a destination of your choice with good infrastructure in terms of roads, also hospitable people, and you get packaged programs or projects that would invest in happily.
While you are making such appeals, you also had an opportunity of going abroad to the UK to also lure investors.
Yes.
What did you tell them? And did you specifically address Zimbabweans, maybe coming from your province, to come and do all this work back home?
When I addressed the people in UK, they were very, very happy. Yeah, they cheered at me because I was telling them things that are real. We, as Mashonaland Central Province, we have well packaged investments whose feasibility studies have been done, and completed. It's a question of an investor coming to Mashonaland Central Province, get the packaged project, and he goes and invest. And we have some districts or local authorities who are offering those projects. It is 0% payment, where you come and you are assured your stand, you construct your whatever you want to construct. Then after construction and you are running the business, that's when they will ask you to pay gradually.
Yes. Tell us, how are the people of Mashonaland Central Province involved in all these things, especially with the gender equality and the involvement of the youth? Are these things being done by locals as well as those coming as investors?
The good thing with devolution, Section 264 of our Constitution, it highlights that when there is devolution, there is community participation. So when there is community participation, the actual needs of the people are fulfilled. So in terms of like gender disparity issues, we are on it in solving that, because we do our things from village, ward, district, then province. So when we look at maybe graduate students for universities, there's no aspect of say, are you a male, are you a female? When you look at even the recruitments that are taking place, we also consider that there is gender equity.
That's Honorable Minister Christopher Magomo, who is the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in Mashonaland Central Province. We thank you very much for coming on to Economic Forum. If you would like to get in touch with us viewers, you can do so on the numbers that are showing on your screen. If you also would like to engage with us about issues such as those which have been enunciated here by Honorable Minister Magomo, you can do so on the social media platforms that are showing on your screen. And if you have missed some of the episodes of Economic Forum, you can watch them on our YouTube channel, which is Economic Forum Zimbabwe. So on behalf of the Minister from Mashonaland Central Province, that's Honorable Christopher Magomo, as well as the production crew of Economic Forum, this is John Masugu wishing you happy viewing.